Hello and welcome back, everyone. This is CCB Fozzie joining you again with Bacchanalian to bring you the second to last match of this first day of the 12th Alliance tournament. This is Disavowed versus M.I.F. Disavowed trying to go all in on a Tinker concept, but I have a feeling it's probably not going to work. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that team, Bacchanalian?
Well, I think we're going to see my favorite thing to see, and that is a Tinker setup fail. We have a Scorpion Navy issue, 2 Ravens, Vulture, Tengu, Drake Navy issue with no support. And they're looking at an M.I.F. team with 2 Typhoon Fleet issues, 2 Sleipnirs, Basilisk, Stiletto, 3 Merlins, and 2 Worms. The Typhoon Fleet issues warped right on in there. They want to be up front and personal.
Yeah, and they're fit with rapid heavy missile launchers for lots of burst damage. This definitely looks like MIF's fight to lose. They're going to be in the driver's seat from these setups, and they should be able to take this as long as they execute properly.
You know, and both teams warped in at a very close angle, so they're actually closer than you would expect for the packs of them that came in at range. And right away you see MIF pulling some of their frigates out to range. It looks like probably the E-War support there.
Yeah,
you see damps going down across as well.
Quite a few dams. Got dams on the Ravens, the Navy Scorpions, to prevent the Ravens from sniping out at that Logi. And now we're just going to see how long it takes the damage to arrive and see how well this Tinker tank for Disavowed actually holds up.
Yep, Sleipnir's already right on top there. Basilisk for MIF taking a little bit of damage, but I suspect he's ASB fit and he'll be able to pull that back. He's just waiting until he's low enough. Raven on the Disavowed team is taking significant shield damage, and I don't see a whole lot of reps pouring in yet.
No, he is going down pretty quickly. Yeah, there is reps on him now, but it's not enough. The damage is there. The Basilisk was just waiting because he can rep half of his shields in one boost.
Yeah, the Tengu is now taking a little bit of damage. That Raven is already almost into armor, and I think this is it. This is a deconstruction of a Tinker. There is nothing that makes me happier than seeing these Tinker setups get taken apart.
Yeah, I think the Raven isn't the greatest choice, doesn't have a ton of hit points, doesn't have the resists that are so helpful when you're building your team around strong remote rep tanks. We do see smart bombs on the Disavowed team coming from that Vulture, which is always good to see. That's a smart move on their part. But if they can't keep their Ravens alive, then it's all for naught. And that Raven is in structure now.
Yep, they definitely cannot keep those Ravens alive. That is off the field. And to be fair, the Typhoon Fleet issues and 2 Sleipnirs by themselves are a ton of DPS. I mean, you want to talk about breaking through logistics, that is the comp to do it. Basilisk for their team, for the MIF team, is about 1/3 shield, but I think he's just being conservative with his ASB. We've seen him boost back quite a bit before. The Tengu for the Disavowed team, it's taking some damage. The Basilisk is almost into armor.
Basilisk, I've been watching him. He's not boosting. This is looks like he used up all of his boosts already. This is probably an XL ASB, and he's on reload now. So he's pulled a lot of range. There's still damps on the Raven and Navy Scorpion, and I've seen the missiles stop. The Raven missiles are no longer hitting him. It looks like that was a successful damp and pull your Logi away move pulled by MIF, and they were going to allow him to reload his ASB fully.
Well played on that, but... Disavowed now trying to probe and find an opening out. The Basilisk might be out of range. They appear to be shooting a Sleipnir as well as Typhoon Fleet issue. But both are really shrugging off the damage without much problem. And meanwhile, Zarlira's Raven is losing shields a lot faster than he's getting them back.
Yeah, he's just going down. I think the choice of the Ravens is an excellent one for MIF. They know that even with the reps that the Tengu can provide, they can still break through a Tech 1 resist ship. And that's exactly what they're doing here. As he drops into structure, and he'll be gone in just a moment, and that's going to be more than half of the DPS off the field for Disavowed.
Yeah, meanwhile, the MIF Basilisk has reloaded his ASB. His shields are pulled right back up. Still got a chunk of him missing, but I think that's just because he knows he'd be wasting part of a boost to boost again. And really no other significant damage. There's a Nepix Merlin on MIF taking some damage. The Basilisk having no problem keeping that up. Another ASB boost off the Merlin. And meanwhile, Drake Navy issue on Disavowed now going down as well. He is in 2 low shields and no appreciable reps coming in.
Yeah, he's going to be going down fairly quickly. All those rapid heavy launchers coming from the Typhoon Fleet issues barreling right into his shields. This is one of the first uses we've seen of the rapid launchers in this tournament. Rapid launchers, of course, were redone in the last couple of months to become high burst damage weapons. They take a while to reload, but while they are firing, they do a ton of damage quickly, including to small targets, as we see the Drake just explode.
Well, the nice thing, you talk about that reload time on them, but you have 2 Sleipnirs there that just crank out an amazing amount of DPS, and they're pretty sustainable DPS at that. So you have something to fill the gaps and take out that Tengu, which just explodes in 3 seconds. I couldn't even mention it before it was gone. Now it looks like they're moving in on Justine Bieb, like Bieber, and that would have been my primary from the start because of that name. So.
Yeah, with the burst damage, it's perfect for this tournament actually, because as long as you're killing ships in that time, you're going to be winning the fight, and so you're perfectly fine with killing a ship, then having to reload, then killing another ship, then having to reload, especially against a Tinker team like this. It's excellent. They're actually going to be taking on the Scorpion Navy issue next, because that is the biggest chunk of damage left on the field, and they're going to be clearing him off the field before too long. He's already down to about 20% shields.
I guess we can entitle this match "When Tinkers Go Wrong."
Mm-hmm. We've seen a couple of Tinkers not really do the job. The earlier Tinker with the triple Dommy that was trying to emulate last year's successful setups, that one also was unsuccessful. I think these teams that are bringing in these Tinkers may have seen previous Alliance tournament teams do really well with them and might not really completely realize how difficult it is to pull off a Tinker.
You know, what we just saw that was interesting is one of the Merlins flew out to the Basilisk and dumped a cargo container, presumably with cap charges for him. Meanwhile, that Scorpion Navy is down, but you suspect that the Basilisk is out of his cap charges because he is slowly crawling over to that can to probably reload. Not that at this point it's really necessary. That Vulture is not going to break through the Basilisk in time. He will die very long before that happens, so...
That's a nice bit of teamwork either way. It's definitely one of those maneuvers that if you practice it a couple of times in a live environment when everyone's got their nerves on edge, then you're going to be able to do it more smoothly if you're in a really, really difficult situation.
Yeah, and we've definitely seen it in the past tournaments. So some of the better teams and going into long matches. I think we actually saw that happen during PL Hydra in the finals last year. We saw some cans drop to pass over cap charges. So. It's certainly something that does get done, does get used. That Vulture, meanwhile, is into armor. I imagine it's just a matter of time before he is down. Maybe the reload cycle on the Typhoon fleets or Sleipnirs can take care of it by themselves.
Yeah, I mean, he's in armor now, which is not a good place for a Vulture to be, and it's just a matter of time. And that's going to bring M.I.F to the second round of the winners bracket in quite convincing fashion. They've been competitive in some other Alliance tournaments, and this is definitely a good start for them.
Yep, so the next matchup, we have Hun Reloaded against Sleeper Social Club in the conclusion of Day 1's matches. So looking forward to that one, and we'll see you guys back here in just a few minutes.